This is your 2020 Nissan Qashqai, refreshed for this model year. Perks, Quirks, and Irks. Starting off up front, big perk, they've redesigned the front end. It looks very upscale, got that nice deep V-motion grille. And what stands out to me the most are the turd signals, because they follow that same cool boomerang pattern as it does for the day runners, which is what you see on the left-hand side. So day runners on, looks sharp, turd signals on. I think it's a really classy move. And you have your halogen fog lights down there and LED headlights. I'm with the SL trim, which is the second from the top. So lots of goodies here. Let's keep going around. So where we started from is the front quarter look, and we'll slide along, give you a good side profile of the vehicle. I don't particularly like the rim design. It seems like a little busy for me. Sorry, it seems like it is a little busy for me. I like my traditional 5-spoke and minimalistic wheels, but I think it suits the vehicle for what it is, and it's a little bigger than the Kicks and it's smaller than the Rogue. You have your cool little boomerang shaped turd signal in the side mirror. This has the surround view monitor, so that little nub at the bottom is one of 4 cameras. Let's take a look at the rear of the vehicle. Nice minimalistic design line swooping up at the bottom of the front door, going up to the rear door. So there's a rear quarter look, you know, nice conservative design. They didn't do too much. Along the lines of what's new, the rear taillights look really, the rear taillights, that's terrible of me. The taillights look really sharp. They've been revamped for this model year, and I think they look really nice. Would have liked to have seen a LED turd signal instead of a halogen one on the second from the top trim, but that's just me. So there's your Qashqai name, and there's your badging. Taking a quick look under, well, almost underneath. Single tailpipe, you can't really see it, but it is on that side. It's hidden, so I don't mind it, as opposed to just seeing one. A bit of an irk, there's no power trunk, so you've got to do a manual lift on it. But once you're in here, you get the Nissan's cool divide and hide seat system, storage system. So, you know, I've gone through this a bunch of times, but I'll give you a quick example. That's both when they're on their upper state, and you put that there to separate the two, and then this can go underneath down there, and this can also go underneath for a maximum storage capacity. Yes, the cargo figures have been on the screen for a little bit now. They might be gone, but they're definitely there. One tiny quirk on the outside. It's a traditional-ish antenna as opposed to a shark fin antenna, so a little quirky. I would have thought in 2020 there'd be a shark fin, but anyway, that's just me. All right, taking a look at the rear seats. So I sit all the way back, so there's a decent amount of leg space for the person behind me, and I've put the passenger seat all the way up, so you can see there is a ton of leg room for a passenger if the front passenger decides that they don't care about leg room. Seats are pretty comfortable overall. There's a couple of cup holders. If you want to put someone in the middle, just put that up, and that's that. Taking a look over the shoulder of the driver, that's what you're seeing up front. And on that note, let's close up the rear door, take a look up front. Start with the inside of the door panel. Nice, simplistic. This kind of threw me for a loop sometimes, because I'm not used to having a handle here. I'm usually kind of putting my hand in a crevice here for a handle for the door, but hey, that's okay. Not too bad at all. Seats get a A+, so the thigh bolsters are really nice and thick. You can see just how thick they are there. And then the side bolsters do just as well. And these are Nissan zero gravity seats. So always comfortable, always good. And on the SL, they are power, plus you have lumbar support there. All right, let's sit down in the driver's seat. Let's get this thing started up. There's your start stop button. Oops, there's your stop start button. The rear door alert is activated, so very nice there. You don't forget anyone or anything in the rear seats. Let's start her up. All right, nice and easy. Cool little logo in motion in the middle. So analog dials on the bookends and a little digital one in the middle. And you scroll through that to get all sorts of different information. Nothing is new on that side of things. You do get, let me open the door for a sec, 2 options for memory seats. Oh, I'm moving stuff. Anyways, that's where that is. And there's a nice little carbon fiber trim right there. So flat bottom steering wheel. How do we get my feet out of the shot? That's how we do it. So good for, oh, maybe not. Anyways, it's good for ingress and egress, while the rest of the wheel is almost perfectly circular. It does have Nissan's Pro Pilot Assist on this trim, so cool move there. We'll talk about that more on the driving section. A nice, easy to use touchscreen right in the middle in your line of sight, you know, more or less, and you get some hard touch buttons and dials. So this is mostly the same from the previous year, and your HVAC is isolated in its own set of controls there. Here's a bit of an irk for me. Nothing really fits in here. Like it's a square, and phones are rectangular, and I noticed. I wish they would have just. I'll back up a touch and give you a look. Like they could have moved the gear shift back a bit, or maybe put the parking brake and auto hold somewhere else, just to make that. Use this bit of space so you can put your phone down like that. But anyway, that's my little take on that. 3 power sources: your auxiliary, your USB, and your cigarette lighter adapter for power there. Maybe I'm showing my age by calling it that. I wish they would have put a logo there. I know Nissan put a new logo out a couple of days ago. It is, I think, June 19th today, so would have been nice to see that there. Nissan calls these their dog bone shaped cup holders. I see it, but I'm more concerned with them being functional, and they are, so good work there, Nissan. Straighten the camera out a touch. There are your heated seats high and low. My spare change does not come with the vehicle, so very sorry. I'm going to slide up a little slowly so you don't get dizzy. There are your sunglasses holder case, your regular lights, and you get a sunroof. It's pretty nice. Yes, on this specific trim, this specific tester, roof liner is white, the seats are black, a little bit of carbon fiber trim around. So I think this sunroof makes a pretty big difference as far as opening up the cabin, with the interior, for the most part, being black. A little quick note here, there's a Bose sound system in here, pretty cool cover. Right in the middle, I like it that it's actually facing me. Not that I'd ever look at it intentionally, but when I do, I know that it's there. And it's a pretty good sounding sound system. The basses are boomy, the trebles are nice and crisp as well. This does have Nissan's surround view monitor, so regular backup camera on the left and your top-down view on the right. Yes, when you turn the wheel, the lines turn as well. So I'm in a empty parking lot, so you can kind of just see. Should be able to hear the sonar as I get a little closer. There we go. Resolution is pretty good. I'm going to put that in park, get rid of the noise. So yeah, well done. Let's do the drive. 2020 Nissan Qashqai. Every Qashqai gets a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, putting out 141 horsepower and 147 pound-feet of torque, and it's all run through Nissan's CVT. Now, interestingly, on their S trim, there is an option for a 6-speed manual transmission. I don't think many people are going to opt for that, but I think it's pretty cool that Nissan has made it available on a crossover, something you definitely don't see very often. Fuel figures, it's a 55-liter gas tank, takes regular 87 octane, and it's 9.0 liters per 100 kilometers on city streets and 7.7 on the highway, for a blended total of 8.4. Not great, not awful, just good old middle of the road. As far as cornering and handling goes, it fares fairly well. This isn't meant to be ripped around corners and turns. It's a very functional vehicle that looks really, really good. Relatively quiet on the road, and it does the job it was designed to do. All right, it gets you from A to B. You look good while it's happening, and there's a lot of comfort behind the wheel as it's going on. It's not the quickest off the line, and the engine gets a little loud the harder your right foot goes down on the pedal. I don't think it's a big flaw for the Qashqai. Just consider who the Qashqai is being marketed towards. It's not towards people who want performance. It's people who want function, and that's what you'll get in the Qashqai. Cabin's fairly well laid out. I have one tiny little irk with it. The drive modes are to the left of the steering wheel, as opposed to being down here by the gear shift where it is on many other vehicles. But my counterpoint to that is I don't really see a lot of people using Eco or Sport and Normal and kind of bouncing between the three. I think a lot of drivers just keep it in one mode and go about their merry way doing whatever it is that they do. So that kind of a quirk, but countered by myself on both points. Let's talk safety, because Nissan's hitting it out of the park with this one. There is a list of standard safety features on that side of your screen. Some highlights are high beam assist and blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning. And I'm telling you, if you can get this on a base model Qashqai or the top trim Platinum Qashqai, I think that's a great move by Nissan, and it's a really smart way to attract more drivers to get behind the wheel of this. I think the days are numbered where it's going to be you tick a bunch of boxes and that adds to your monthly payment or whatever the cost is of the vehicle to get these active safety features to help keep not only you safe, but other drivers safe and pedestrians and cyclists. Basically anyone on the road safer. Sorry, I should say not safe, safer. So pretty healthy list of standard safety for the Qashqai. The SL trim that I have does have a platinum package attached to it. So with that platinum package, you get the auto dimming rear view mirror, you get a 9-speaker Bose sound system, you get a power passenger seat, and memory seats for the driver in 2 stages, as well as the redesigned fog lights. I don't know if I'd opt for that. I think I would just run with just the SL, or if I wanted everything that came with the platinum, I would just go for the platinum as is. But it's good to have options, because some people may not want everything that the platinum trim has to offer. This also does have Nissan's Pro Pilot Assist, which is a pretty cool feature. Level 2 semi-autonomous driving. So basically it acts in conjunction with your cruise control, and it acts as, like I said, an advanced cruise control with full stop and go capabilities. It keeps you centered in your lane, not only going straight, but as you kind of go around some light curves as well. So I've always liked that technology from Nissan, and I think every vehicle I've had with it, it's fared quite well, and this Qashqai is no exception. I've used it a couple times, and kind of like clockwork, it works very, very well. Overall, I like the Qashqai because it slots in nicely in Nissan's crossover lineup. It's a little bigger than the Kicks, but not quite as big as the Rogue. So if you're looking for something kind of in between, the Qashqai is a really good option. It's got Nissan's cool divide and hide cargo system in it. Fairly easy to drive, easy to park due to its smaller size. But it doesn't feel small on the inside. It feels fairly spacious. I don't feel cramped when I'm driving it at all. There's decent passenger space back there. Very comfortable up front with these. I almost made that happen, but I didn't. With the Nissan zero gravity seats, I'm going to keep that flub in there. Passenger seat is just as equally comfortable. And it's the safety for me is what would sell me more than anything. And just that long list of standard safety features really helps the Qashqai stand out for me. That's going to wrap up the review for the 2020 Nissan Qashqai mid-cycle refresh. Came out in 2017 in Canada. We're at 2020 now, so we're due for one. Well, it's due for one. I'm not due for one. Maybe I am. Anyways, if you've got any questions on the 2020 Qashqai, please let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to get you answers sooner than later. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Be well, be healthy, be safe, and I'll be back sooner than later with my next review.